Hey guys. Hey, Trucker P did a video on the FMCSA or the DOT coming out with a proposal on the 27th to do a test study on some drivers and hours of service. I listened to Trucker P and he had some very valid input into the situation, because it would be handy to be able to split your berth up into multiple different directions. But of course, I still really worry about it, because the real problem is sleep. You know, we get so sleepy out here, and we can't stop our clock and sleep. You know, back in the day, you could stop your clock, and that's how it worked. But it's just so dangerous, and I don't know how they can ever try to regulate a man's sleep pattern. There's no way. It's like trying to cage a wild beast. We all have different patterns, and where I could stop and sleep for 5 or 6 hours and be ready for a whole new day, that doesn't mean that everyone can do that. And I can't do that actually anymore. Everything's, I'm older now. Used to I could do that, but now I really need, I need 9 hours. That's just how it is when you get to be an old man, I guess. Or maybe it's just me. It's like they're meddling with biology in a way, because everyone's different. So how can you regulate everyone the same way? They've really got to come off of this whole issue with breaks. It don't make no sense. I remember thinking about my parents, how their sleep patterns were totally different than mine at my age. I mean, they sleep less. Of course, they're not out working, but we're all different. I don't see how splitting the berth in any other directions are going to help us. It may help you temporarily, like P said, that if you're in a dock for 5 hours, and then you could reset that and still be able to drive another 5 hours or something. That would be great. I could see where it would come in handy, but you still have to take the break. No matter what, you still have to take your full break. So, I don't like the split sleeper berth function at all. It does come in handy from time to time, but it's like, oh wow, look, I split my sleeper berth and didn't even see what I was doing. Now I can make it home. So it's not a big deal to me. I'd rather just go to bed. I'd rather go to bed right now. But that's not how it works. That's what we got to figure out here, is how to get we're big boys. As big boys, why can't we decide when we want to go to sleep and when we want to get up? And I'm not talking about cheating your logbook or anything like that. I'm just talking about safety. It's 2 in the morning and you need to lay down for 4 or 5 hours. Why should you be penalized against doing the safe thing? That's all it comes down to. I really wonder, and maybe that's something I need to look into, how many crashes have been caused by the 14-hour clock? How many drivers and motoring public have lost their lives due to the 14-hour clock? And where would that be if we didn't have this cruel 14-hour clock? Because I tell you, it is cruel, and you know it is too. You're stuck at the shipper's demand and at the company's demand to be ready to go, and that's great, but you ought to have some control of it also. Instead of just where the load falls, you have to get up at 2 a.m. even if you did a 10-hour break. But some people, I've trained multitudes of drivers that could not drive at night, and I've had drivers in my truck that they would shut down at 6 or 7 o'clock. It didn't matter if they got loaded at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They just could not drive at night. A lot of people I've discovered have problems seeing at night, and they don't tell you. They don't tell you that at all. They hire on, but what are you going to do? Tell them, oh, I'm not going to hire you because you can't see at night? In a way, yeah. Yeah, I want to know that. But you can't discriminate, right? Against anyone, even if they can't see. Even if it is a job qualification that you have to drive at night. That's a huge problem. I like my sleep, but I want to get it when I want to get it. It's when I need it. It's probably when you need it. You know what I'm saying? Alright, just thought y'all want to know about that. It was 27th of October they initiated this whole thing. Let's see where it turns out. I wonder in the long run if we're gonna end up going back to square one. You know, if they just gave us the Canadian hours of service, we could deal with that. That would be so much better. Or how about our own hours of service? We'll call them big boy hours of service. You're a big boy. You know when you need to go to sleep. Go to sleep, and it shouldn't hurt you. But we'll see where this goes, and I'll try to keep you posted. Thanks, guys. Carry on.